This is episode 23 of the Online Playmaker Sessions with full-time online marketer, master recruiter, and original hustler, Aron Parker.
Welcome to the Online Playmaker Sessions. This is the place for the latest what's working now strategies from the best online playmakers, the top marketers, the rising stars who are making it happen right now. Every week, you'll get real, actionable lessons that you can take and apply immediately in your business, delivered in short 20-minute sessions. Our focus is your results. Here's your host, entrepreneur, world-class trainer, and marketing strategist, Norbert Orlowitz.
Hello, online playmakers. If this is your first time tuning into the Playmaker Sessions, thank you for choosing us, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, and if you prefer video, our YouTube channel at onlineprofitplaybook.tv. As with all of our episodes, we have all the show notes, transcripts, and actionable tips over on the blog. Just head over to www.onlineprofitplaybook.com. You'll also be able to get access to my complimentary 5-video tutorial series on building the proper foundation for your online business, as well as several other free trainings, including my Instant Income Multiplier tutorial. And if you're ready to multiply your results fast, check out the premium membership of our Online Profit Playbook, where our guests open up their closely guarded playbooks and walk you step by step through the exact marketing funnels and sales process they use to build their audience, grow their influence, and make sales. Get the coveted Online Profit Playbook today. Just head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers. Aron Parker is a full-time internet marketer, entrepreneur, CrossFit nut, and stay-at-home dad. After 12 years of struggle and failure in network marketing, Aron reached a breaking point in his life, forced to work 2 jobs, 12 to 16 hours each day, just to provide for his wife and 2 young girls. He was introduced to online attraction marketing, and within just a few short months, applying determined focus and passion and techniques he was learning, Aron was able to create enough income to quit his 2 jobs and never look back. Over the last few years, Aron has sponsored well over 400 distributors into his companies, has become a top producing affiliate, marketing and recruiting trainer, and leader to hundreds of people around the world. Aron is one of the most passionate people you will meet, who is driven and committed to help others create success and freedom in their own lives through hard work, determination, and some smart online marketing strategies. This week's Online Playmaker, Aron Parker. All right, welcome back, everyone. Episode 23, and I have got with me the one and only Aron Parker. How you doing, Aron?
Hello, Norbert. So great to be here with you, sir.
I'm really excited to have you here because it's actually taken me a few weeks to nail you down. You are a busy man. You got a lot on the go. You got a couple of little kids, a family to take care of, and lots of people, lots of clients and customers and people on your team and your business that are probably, pining for your attention. So I am just honored to have you here with us, Aron. Really glad to have you here.
Well, it's crazy that you would say that, and I appreciate it, but I don't even know what to say because I'm the one that's honored. I mean, I've seen your success over the years, and for me to be here right now with you, being interviewed by you, it means a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. We're going to have a good time here. We got 25 minutes, and we are just going to share some amazing value and wisdom and knowledge from your years and years of experience in this industry. And, we look at you right now, and Aron, I have to say, like, when you tell me that you struggled in this industry for 10 years, I have such a hard time believing that. Because I see you today, I see you on stage, I see you in your videos, you have such an amazing presence, you're such a natural leader, you're a natural salesman, you just look like you've got your shit together. And so when you tell me that you struggled for so long, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like what was going on? What was the problem? So why don't you take us back a few years and share with us this story of struggle and failure, how you got into this industry, and what were some of the big challenges that kept you stuck in this industry?
Sure. So, I mean, I think for me, my entrepreneur, journey started in network marketing, multi-level marketing. I was 18 years old. I was still in high school, and I went to a meeting. I saw the cars outside, and I saw the circles, and I was just like, oh my God, this is my ticket. I'm going to make millions of dollars. Yeah. And so it was with Malaluka, and I'm like, this just makes so much sense. It's amazing. And so I got signed up, made no money. And then I went off to the Marines. And so, boom, off to California. And while I'm in the Marines in Camp Pendleton, California, someone approaches me, and it's about another business. I'm like, I was like the easiest recruit. He came up to me and said, hey, you seem motivated. You want to make some extra money? I was like, yes, sign me up. So, I went from that point of wanting to make money, love the idea of entrepreneurship. And I think, what held me back was it really just was all about me. And there was, you see people like Gary Vee, and you see people like yourself, and, people who just crush it like from day one. And I think they have something in their DNA that just makes them like purebred entrepreneur. And I was telling my wife, I'm like, I really don't think I have that, because to me, entrepreneurship, it really is hard. There's a lot of hard, difficult elements to being absolutely your own boss. It's like being your own boss is the best part, but it's also the worst part. And so I found myself during this 10-year period, and I was also married during that point as well, of struggling. And it was just difficult. And I guess for me, I wasn't doing what I needed to do to get out of my comfort zone. One of the biggest things that held me back was always caring what people thought of me. I mean, obviously we all still have that. I've always been by nature more of a introverted, and I'm out with people. And of course now people are like, no way, that's crazy. But, it really was me in school and over all of that time. So it was caring what people thought, having, not very good confidence, and really just not willing to, I guess, as they say, get out of your comfort zone. And they always say, with a small comfort zone, you'll have small success. And I was in this little box, and I just wasn't willing to get out of the box. And so that's what held me back.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to this struggle, whether they're in network marketing or they're starting in online marketing right now, affiliate marketing. We see so many entrepreneurs that are struggling to create any results, and it can be for a wide variety of reasons. So let's talk now. Let's talk a little bit about your breakthroughs, okay? And I know probably there were several of them along your journey, but let's discuss some of these breakthroughs that happened for you when things started to shift and you started to create success. What do you attribute it to? What was going on?
So one of my first successes, I don't usually talk about this, but I think it's kind of important, was actually during that 10-year period of struggle and failure. I did have like a 1-year period where I got to that. I made like $2,000 a month, and then I had like a $3,000 month. And this was all the while I was in the Marines. And so some people say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And then it all went away, and it had no success for a long time. But that little point of breakthrough, I was actually, and this may be the Marine in me too, I was actually more motivated, and this is actually kind of a good tip for leaders and team builders and stuff too. I was more motivated to impress my sponsor and my leader, and I was more doing it for them than I was even for myself. And so for a period of time, I got out of my comfort zone, and I started working harder, getting more focused, not making excuses, kind of that doing whatever it takes attitude during that year. It was about 1 year. And it was more for, I got to do it for her, my upline, my mentor. And I was so motivated to impress her, I was willing to get out of my comfort zone. And so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Then it all kind of went downhill from there after, some things happened, went to different companies, moved, and all that kind of stuff. The big breakthrough was 2012. I was married with my 2 beautiful little girls, was living in Indiana, freezing Indiana. My wife is from Indiana. I'm from Florida here. And I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every day, going to a trailer factory which I absolutely hated. I'd never done manual labor like that before, but it was a job to have to support the family. You know, we had insurance and all that stuff, which is why we, you know, moved back to Indiana to have the kids, to have a job, to, you know, have insurance and all the stability, even though we hated it there. And so I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every day. I'm also now working a part-time tech job as well. And so I'm spending 12 hours, 14 hours a day working.
Wow. With 2 new kids.
And with 2 little kids at home. And the worst part was I would come home from the factory job covered in fiberglass. I wouldn't be able to hug my girls because I'm covered in fiberglass. So that sucked. And then I would go shower, eat something, and then have to go back out to my other job.
Wow.
And there was something that like, it just like clicked. Just like that moment of like clarity. Like, I don't want to cuss, but like, what the F am I doing? You know? And during all this, I'm also building my internet business and building my home-based business, trying to make it all work while I'm doing all this.
God.
And so I got with a new company, a new business, and which happened often. It seemed like every 6 to 12 months I was trying something new.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one that came along, and it was like, you know, the light bulbs went off, and it was like, this is the one. And the moment of just desperation kicked in. I'm like, I got to do something different. Like, I can't live the next 10 years like this.
Mm.
And so instantly, like it literally was almost overnight, I started to expand my comfort zone, stopped caring what people thought, was willing to do whatever it took, was willing to, you know, talk to more people and just do the thing. Here was the key. It was doing the things that we know we should do, that I knew I should do, but I wasn't doing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's filling that gap. Here's all the things I know I need to do to be successful, but I'm not willing to do it. And here's what I'm really doing every day. So it's like, got to get to over here. And so that breakthrough happened, and it was almost overnight where like it was $500 the first month. Then it was $2,000 the next month. Then it was $4,000 the next month. I mean, it just happened fast. And then before I knew it, I was making double in my home business than what I was making at work at the factory. And so we made the decision, after consistently doing that, was able to quit my jobs and go full-time from home. And I've been full-time ever since. We've moved back to Florida. And it's just, you know, I have to remind myself all the time of, you know, that moment. Mm-hmm. Never forget it. You know, they always say, never forget where you came from and what you've done, or you're on your way back. So you just have to remember that. And so that was, you know, that's pretty much what happened.
It sounds like you got to a point where the pain was just too great, right? The pain was just too great, and
absolutely,
your why became big enough to motivate you and drive you, force you into action. That's what it sounds like to me. Is that right?
Absolutely. You know, some people have that by themselves, and for whatever reason, I just didn't. I was always more of like, it just wasn't enough for me to go be successful for me. Yeah. But when it was the wife and kids, it's like, okay, Aron, like, get your head out of your butt and, you know, go do what you know you can do.
Yeah.
And go be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can totally relate, because that was my big breakthrough too, is I had my back up against the wall, and it was do or die. And I had a family and kids on the line as well. So, you know, sometimes for a lot of us, we need to be pushed to that breaking point for us to finally break and grow. So really inspiring. Hopefully, you know, most of the people listening to this don't have to get to that point.
Exactly.
But, you know, just so you know, sometimes we do. Sometimes it's our journey, and we grow as a person from that. Now, Aron, so you got, you know, from what I'm hearing here, you know, your initial success was in the network marketing industry, doing it traditionally, you know, face-to-face, person-to-person. But now you've moved over online marketing. Can we go to what was that like for you to transition online? Why did you come online? What motivated that? What inspired that? And what was this transition like to come online and now leverage the internet to grow your business?
So I've always been like, my job in the Marines was computers. I love computers and I love the internet. It's like just, you know, it just comes naturally to me. It's fun. I love doing stuff online and learning all the internet stuff. So the breakthrough in 2012 was when I started using internet marketing, and I started learning from a platform, an internet-based platform that was teaching how to use social media, how to use systems and capture pages and following up and building a list, something I'd never done before. And it made so much sense, because in traditional network marketing, which again works phenomenal for people having tremendous success doing it all offline. Yeah. I hit the wall because, it was just like, there's only so many people I was able to talk to, at least for me in my box, right, in my shell. But with the online world, I could now market and bring leads to me from all over the country, from all over the world. And it just made so much sense. And so using social media was able to, that definitely helped tremendously with the breakthrough. Okay. So it was online lead generation strategies that assisted you with that. Absolutely. Right. Okay. Awesome. So, tell me, what sort of activities do you focus on? Because here's another thing that we hear a lot from leaders and trainers and stuff is people say, take action, take massive action. Okay. We hear that all the time, but it's rare actually that we hear, what are the specific actions? So this could be maybe a two-part question, but I'm going to ask you, when you went back to go back to that breakthrough, that 2012 year, what were the specific actions that you were doing? And you're telling me that you were using social media. So what were you doing on social media? What were the actions that you were taking to get leads and sign people up? So for me, my bread and butter has always been Facebook, even back from the 2012 breakthrough. I also have used YouTube as well, and I generate leads from YouTube, but that's a much smaller portion of what's helped. Facebook was the bread and butter. So the actual actions for me was really simple. And I say this to a lot of people and they're like, okay, sounds good. But literally 9 out of 10 people just don't do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess I do know why, because I didn't do it for a long time as well, for all those reasons we talked about. Everyone has their own reasons why they don't, fill that gap. But it comes down to something very simple. If you're in a home-based business, you have to be presenting your product and your business to people every day. Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, okay, so we could end, right? That's it. So, but where do you get people? So for me, getting people, prospects, to watch a presentation, for me, it was Facebook. And it was finding groups, finding fan pages, finding people who I knew were the perfect prospect, mm-hmm. and actually connecting with them. What a concept. It was putting in the work, putting in the hustle, taking the action, as you said, to actually go connect with 10 to 20 people every single day. I would be on my way to work at 5 a.m. following up with prospects at the stoplight, walking into work, on the phone. I would, based on time zones, I would be talking to people all over the world because it was a global business. On my lunch break, which was only 20 minutes, my coworkers thought I was nuts. I would be working, following up with prospects on my lunch break. It would be midnight. I'd have to get up at 4:30 and I'm still working at midnight, getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep every night. So people say, well, how do you find the time? And it all just comes back to, how bad do you really want it? Absolutely. So I don't know if that answered your question, but no, it did. And I'm gonna do the second part of the question now, which is, now you work with teams of people. You've got people that you support and you train and teach online marketing strategies to, recruiting strategies to. So for a new person coming onto your team, just getting started, let's say, what sort of an action plan do you have for them? Where do you start them off? And what do you coach them through doing? Like, what's their process? Obviously, I'm going to assume you're going to share with them some Facebook marketing strategies. So what's for a new person listening right now, what should they be doing to get started to move forward? So one of my big things is getting a result fast. Yeah. Get a result fast. Now, obviously, that question of what does a new person do, there's probably a lot of things that if you're in a home-based business, your company is going to have stuff that you want to go through, learning your back office, learning that stuff, getting things set up on that end. But as far as just a strategy on building your business, it's getting a result fast. You know, I've learned from Eric Worre and Ray Higdon and so many incredible leaders in the industry. And one of the things that most people do, and I did this, was the idea of, well, I'm just going to take it my time and eventually I'll get there. And I'll just do it at my own pace, no stress, no worry, you know, not worrying about getting a, you know, promotion too fast. And if that's you, okay, but you're probably not going to make it. Or it'll take a really long time, like in my case, because that was pretty much what I did. What I like to do with a new person is get a result fast. That means you need to get a commission right away. You know, and that may mean talking to people you know in your hot list, the people that are in your closest sphere of influence, friends and family. Find those people who you can reach out to right now. And, you know, that could be just a couple people, but get a result fast. You know, as far as the training goes and the online marketing goes and implementing the Facebook strategies of prospecting and following up, you really need a burst. You know, I actually learned a lot of this from Eric Worre on his 90-day blitz. Right. And that was one of the big strategies that I used in 2012 to have the breakthrough. Was I did a 90-day blitz. And what I've found as I've taught that to my teams is most people don't make it. Most people are just really not willing to take 90 days of their life and put everything else aside for 90 days to change their life. Yeah. They're just not willing. So I've now kind of gone more to like a 30-day blitz. Like, can you, for 30 days, can you put in massive action? And again, there's the action thing. So what does that mean? Massive action. It means you are prospecting every day. The question that you have to ask yourself is, how many people did I have watch a presentation today? And one of the tricks is write it down. You need to, for 30 days, write down your progress. Keep track of it. Because if 3, 4, 5 days goes by and it's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, something's wrong. Right. So for me, during that 90-day blitz, like my wife, she was on board. That does help. I was literally a madman, not sleeping. But because of that burst of energy and having tremendous success quickly, it literally catapulted my career and was able to quit my job and go full-time in the industry. So my biggest piece of advice is get a result fast. And focus is what I'm getting from that too. And I think I love that whole concept of the 90-day blitz, and heck, break it down to 30 days if you can't handle 90 days and then take it from there, fine. But, you know, there's so much out there, so much talk out there about balance. You know, you need balance in your life. Man, when you're starting a business, just throw that out the door. There is no balance. Forget about it. If you want to, I totally am with you, Aron. And I think that's a huge thing that anybody listening right now must implement. I don't think it's even an option. If you're sitting here listening right now to us and you're looking for a breakthrough in your business, that's where you start. It's a 30 to 90-day blitz. You throw everything else off the table. I would say, you know, forget about the gym, forget about working out, forget about anything else that takes up any amount of time, and just focus on your business. You can get to that stuff later once you quit your job and you'll have the time. I totally think, you know, forget the balance. It's just focus, be crazy, be a madman. I could not agree more. During that blitz, to create that breakthrough, if you're really serious about having that breakthrough, there is no balance. There really isn't. Yeah. And you say, you know, as well, you got to have, you know, if you've got a spouse, a partner, family, you know, you've got to have them on board as well. And let's talk about that. I haven't brought that up in any interviews yet. Did you have any challenges, you know, with your partner, with your wife, as far as this, or has she always been on board with you? So there's definitely been challenges. There's always challenges, right? But I think where it has helped tremendously for me in my case was the fact that we met in network marketing.
Okay.
So we met in the industry. She also has the entrepreneurship mind, very, very similar to mine, where we love the idea of being an entrepreneur. We love the idea of being our own boss, but both of us always struggled with really putting in the work, and really doing what it takes to be successful. But because we met in the industry, that has helped us tremendously during the, really the first 4 to 5 years of our marriage, where we were paycheck to paycheck. We were struggling massively, moving around the country for work, making very little money. And I was still, during all that, building my business, trying to make it work. And she was always very supportive of that, because I think we met in the industry. So she knew what was possible. Okay. Yeah. That definitely helps. Absolutely. Cause you got to both be on board. I totally believe that. It's really important. All right. Let's go back to marketing here real quick. Now, let's talk about content marketing, because that's a big topic that I talk a lot with so many marketers. It's a really important part of, your marketing strategy. You don't have a blog, I just realized. Boom. But this is a great example. I love this. I'm building it right now. It's in the works. Good. But the fact is that you have created some amazing success in your business here as an online marketer, and you don't have a blog, which kind of defies, a lot of things that are taught online. But I want this to give hope to the people listening. I like that. It's like, hey, you know what? You don't need everything in line and everything to be perfect to make a lot of money in this industry. Just take action. All right. And you're proof of that. So here's the thing. You don't have a blog, but you do create great content. You've got great videos online. I see you go to live events, and then you come back and you do a video about that live event. You do webinars and hangouts and trainings. So how does content marketing fit into your business? How important is it in your business? And how important is it for other people to get started creating their own content? Wow. Such a great question. I really can't pinpoint, where I necessarily learned the concept of this. Maybe it was from, following, other top marketers out there who, really people who captivate you with their content, right? Well, you mentioned Ray Higdon and Eric Worre, right? And they're both amazing, perfect examples, content providers, right? Yeah. So if you're in that, they're mentors of yours, great examples. Find someone, male, female, someone who's an expert in your niche, who is putting out content, not to necessarily copy them or be like them, or I have to be just like this person. But I can remember seeing even like Jonathan Budd and, seeing guys that were just out there and putting out great content, and like, okay, I love what he did here. And if I could just take a piece of that in what I do, and I love what this person is doing here in the way he said that, or the way he's, creating that content. And I would take little pieces that I liked from different leaders in the industry, and then just completely make it my own. But content marketing, I think, has been, I never even thought about it, but if it hadn't been for the content, the videos specifically that I have put out from that initial breakthrough in 2012, none of this would have happened. Like, I never really thought of how massive that really was. But when I would get a result, I would create a success or help others have success, I was shooting a video. Right. I was putting it on Facebook. It was on YouTube. And this was key. I wasn't just putting it out on Facebook or YouTube. I was then pushing that piece of content out to my prospects. Right. And I didn't even have a list at that point, or it was very small. So yeah, I would email it out, but I would actually private message 100 people. And these would be prospects or people I would be following up with, or people who told me no. And I'd say, hey, Joe, look at what just happened, or you have to look at this, boom, a quick video. That's huge.
right there. I don't know if you realize, but that is really, really huge. You know, because we think about content marketing as, you know, well, I have a blog and I put my content on a blog, or I put it up on YouTube and somehow people are going to find it. And it's like, no, 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 no. Creating videos and creating content is a message that you can leverage, and then you can get it out there and duplicate it. So instead of you having to call up people and say, hey, Joe, do you want to hear what just happened? Let me tell you all about this amazing thing that just happened to me. I just made all this money, blah, 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 and have a personal one-on-one conversation. And that's also kind of weird to brag like that. But if you're posting a video on YouTube and you're just sending a link to people, hey, check out what just happened. Hey, check out my experience at this event. You're able to connect with people without actually having to speak with them personally and have that conversation. You're letting them to have a glimpse into your life. You're able to share your successes without necessarily like personally one-on-one sharing your successes. I think that's huge.
Thank you. I agree.
But I don't see a lot of people doing that. You know, they
people
think
don't
like,
do that. Most people, like you said, just want to put it out there and just magically hope people are just going to come to them.
Exactly, right? And it's like you didn't even have an email list, but the contacts that you did have, you're sharing that content with them. And I really think that that's a very underused strategy, especially for people just getting started who, you know, they don't have a lot of traffic and they haven't built up a big email list, but they can create content right now and share it with the people that they know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so, yeah, I mean, and I didn't really even think about until we really just kind of went through this just now, how much I did that in the beginning when I didn't have a list and I was creating the content, but then I was pushing it out there to people every single day to get people to see it.
Mm-hmm. To get people to see it. Exactly. Because I mean, once you create a video, you got to get people to see it. All right. So we're running out of time already. These conversations go really fast. What are you doing right now? Because you're big on social media. You know, I see you all over the place. What are you doing right now that's really working for you, that you're really liking, that you're really enjoying? You know, I mean, there's Hangouts, there's live streaming, there's Periscope, there's all this stuff going on. What's working for you right now? What are you really enjoying that maybe we should talk about a little bit?
So, I mean, my bread and butter, 100%, is definitely Facebook. It always has been. It is my primary method of, you know, attraction marketing. I mean, Facebook Messenger is like my secret weapon. You know, I'm messaging hundreds of people, just consistently following up. You know, so that's really the main thing for me. What I'm really loving right now, and I'm literally just started using, was Snapchat. You know, Gary Vaynerchuk, the man, he just said in the last several months, he's like, if you're an entrepreneur, you've got to be on Snapchat. So I just started using it. I'm absolutely loving it. For a lot of reasons. I'll be doing a training pretty soon here next week or two, kind of teaching how, you know, everything I've learned and how to properly use it and how it can help you grow your business.
And Snapchat is cool because, you know, we talk about creating content and content marketing, and you literally just Snapchatted. I don't even know what the verb is for it. So you literally Snapchatted right before we started this interview. You just sent out a little video just before we got started, and it was literally 5 seconds long. And that's the whole point of Snapchat, is these short little quick tidbits of content, which is so easy to do.
Well, the big, without getting into a long thing, the big thing that you have to understand about Snapchat is that, like on Facebook or any of these other platforms, when you go to, you know, you get on Facebook, you don't really know who you're going to see. And it's just kind of a news feed of information. Facebook kind of determines what you're going to see. Yeah. Same thing with, you know, like Instagram, is you're just consuming content. It's just kind of randomly there. Twitter. With Snapchat, when you go on Snapchat, in order to consume your information, the person actually has to click on your name, on your profile, and then boom, your snaps will appear. And they have to, like, you know, they're watching it. You know, they're consuming it. And so there's just something powerful about that. And because your piece of content disappears and is erased from the world forever, then the person is going to be focused on your content. Whereas everywhere else, you know, you could fast forward, you could rewind, you could pause, you could play, you know, you could save it, you could do all this stuff. Now you can screenshot on Snapchat, which is a great tool that you actually, as marketers, we use. But when people are viewing your snaps, it's like right there, it's in their face, and you know they're consuming the information. So it's getting people's attention. And that's why I think Gary Vee has said that it's such a powerful, you know, a powerful tool that people are going to. I was just reading something today that a lot of people are just starting to use Snapchat, and a lot of people are, oh, I'm not going to use that. That's for teenagers.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use that. But how many people said the same thing about Facebook?
Yeah, that was me. I resisted for years, dude.
Yeah. And now everyone's on it. So they're actually saying, the experts are saying that this will be very similar, that everyone who's saying, no way, I'm never going to get on it, in the next 12 months, everyone will be on it.
Yeah. Interesting. Fascinating trend, and definitely something to jump on at this point. Absolutely.
Can I show people my Snap, my username?
Yeah. Let's do it.
This will just take a second. So you guys can you guys see that?
Yeah, there it is.
So really simple. You could actually hold your phone up to this when you have Snapchat open, and it will instantly add me as a friend on Snapchat. And if you do that, then I will add you back. So pretty cool.
And for those, so that's if you're watching the video. If you're on the podcast, you got to find, I guess you gotta search for Aron.Parker or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Aron, it's with one A, Aron .Parker, and you can add me that way as well.
Okay. Awesome. Good stuff.
Oh my gosh. People that are listening to the podcast, they can't see my hands flying around everywhere.
No, they're losing half of the impact of this interview. That's for sure.
My gosh. They're missing out.
No. At least you're sitting down in a chair. You're not like,
it's very hard for me to be sitting down.
I know. You got to see this guy on stage. That's for sure. The next Live the Dream event, we'll be there. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you said live the dream, so I gotta show the shirt.
There we go.
Live the dream.
Yeah, baby.
You'll be there, right?
Oh, I'm there for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't miss those. Absolutely. All right. So listen, Aron, let's wrap it up here. Let's leave our good people, our great listeners, with some words of advice. You know, all your years of experience and all the experiences that you've had on your entrepreneurial journey, if you could just leave people with, you know, Aron's success tips, top 3 tips that you want to leave them with if they want to, you know, create a breakthrough. It's 2016. It's time to create a breakthrough. It's the beginning of the year. Let's make it happen. What advice and wisdom can you impart on them right now?
Wow. You're just like, I'm thinking, okay, what are the 3? What are the 3?
Well, you can do 2 or 4. I'm just throwing out a number. Don't worry.
All right, cool. It's funny because I just thought of 3 just like that.
Yeah.
So number 1 success tip is laser focus.
Mm-hmm.
Laser focus. In all the years of struggle, I did not have laser focus.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I started to have the breakthrough and it compounded, we talked about not having balance. The amount of intense focus I had was crazy because there were no distractions. There was no TV. There was no goofing off. There was no just kind of scrolling through Facebook and messing around. It was 100% laser focused. It's hard for us to do, but that's why I say do a burst, do a 30-day blitz. And during that 30 days, you're daily writing down your progress, keeping track, distraction-free, laser focused. So that's number 1. Number 2 would be to be energized, be passionate. And hopefully you can hear it in my voice, but those of you watching, you can kind of see it. When I'm on the phone with a prospect, or if I'm doing a training, or if I'm connecting with a team member, unless I'm doing a hangout, I'm never sitting down. I'm always moving around. You know, motion creates emotion. That's why if I'm sitting, I have to keep like moving like this because I want the emotion to come through. And so I do that with motion, with movement. And so I would say to be energized and to be passionate at whatever level is comfortable for you. Like you don't have to be like a basket case like me, but you know, find a high peak state of energy and passion for what you're doing. And what that does, at least from my experience, is people are attracted to that. Because if you're passionate and you're fired up and you're energized about your product, about your service, people are going to be like, wow, like I need to pay attention and listen.
Absolutely.
So I don't remember what the third one was. I think those two were pretty good, right?
Yeah, we got it, man. Honestly, those two are huge right there. I love it. Laser focus and have the passion and the energy. And again, like you said, whatever is level comfortable for you, but you got to have a passion for it. That's what's going to attract people to you. And I think that's what attracts a lot of people to you, is they see how energetic and passionate and driven you are. And it's like, damn, I want that kind of energy in my life. You know, I want to wake up with that much energy every single day, instead of, you know, the routines that most people have to suffer through. You know, it's unfortunate. And you want to be that inspiration to inspire them and wake them up and drive them towards their goals. Aron, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing your wisdom and your knowledge and your energy with us for the last 30 minutes. It's a great honor to have you here. It's been amazing to watch you grow and develop, and, you know, to see you on stage and see you in the hangouts and leading and helping so many people around the world. It's absolutely inspiring and humbling, and just awesome to see you do that. And I just want to congratulate you on your success, first of all, and wish you immense success over the next few years here as you grow your business and impact more and more lives around the world. So thank you, Aron.
Norbert, I'm speechless. I really am. Like, and I think back to just how incredible you are as a leader, and how much I've seen you accomplish in your career, and to know that I'm now being interviewed by you. It's just one of those moments of like pinching yourself and remembering where I came from. So I'm extremely grateful that you invited me on. Thank you so much. And I really, truly wish that everyone who has listened or watched got some value from this. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Awesome. Absolutely. And I will see you in August in Austin. I'm really looking forward to the Live the Dream event. It's coming up quick. I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. So
yes, sir. I'll see you there. And everyone listening or watching, let's go, Austin, live the dream.
Absolutely. It's going to be a big part of it. We always have an amazing time, and we'll definitely be getting all the listeners there. So Aron, thank you again. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed. I know you did. I know you got a lot out of this episode. And for those of you, if you're not a premium member, you'll definitely want to join up and be a premium member. Aron's going to be walking us through some of his simple strategies that he's using on Facebook. And again, remember, this guy builds his business without a blog, okay? So, really simple strategies to grow your business and generate an income online. If you want to see exactly what he's doing in his business to create results, just upgrade to premium membership, and we'll see you in the inside in the membership with the online profit playbooks. Thank you again. Episode 23 is in the books, and we will see you next week on another edition of the Online Playmaker Sessions. Everyone, take care.
I hope you enjoyed this week's Playmaker session. If you love the session, subscribe now to our YouTube channel so you never miss our weekly episodes. Be sure to also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just type in Online Playmakers in the search bar and click subscribe, and be sure to leave a 5-star review. All of the episodes, show notes, transcripts, resources, and bonuses are available on the blog over at onlineprofitplaybook.com, along with several bonus free tutorials I've created for you as well. Your fast track to results is to follow the Playmakers. You can download their closely guarded playbooks and follow them step by step to grow your influence, build your audience, and create results in your business right now. Head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers to get full access today. Thank you again for joining us today, and be sure to tune in next week as we bring you another power-packed session with the top Playmakers online. This is Norbert Orlowitz signing off.